All right, hey guys, here we are. Now, one of the things I don't love to do with a tailwind, geez, I mean, landing up here could really help this shot if I can get it to land up here on the flat, which it looks like I almost can. Now, I'm not sure really the spin that I'm supposed to use in this situation. I'm just going to kind of wing it a little bit. I'm thinking something along the lines of here, 5 rings, 10 rings, 11 rings, somewhere in here, 11-ish rings, and then I'm just going to kind of go max. So max everything. And kind of the hopes that I'm trying to do here is basically, so that looks good, so that lands good. Now, is it enough backspin? Oh, sure enough, it is. So what this is going to allow me to do is really set up nicely for this approach. That's one of the main reasons that you see me trying to go up in there. Now, another thing that I'm almost wondering is, if you get this, can you spin this up there? I find this to probably be just a little bit more risky. There's going to be, a lot more chance for water. Again, like with your second shot, like, how are you going to be able to stop it? Let's see where this lands. It looks like it landed perfect. So you can see that was absolutely, but what happens if that hits that fairway instead of the rough? It's going to end up, back over the green. So you kind of, definitely risky. You can see where that landed. It landed right here. There's going to be chance for water ball. It landed like right here on this edge. Very risky shot. Kind of my objective here is just to set myself up to where I can easily rough bump this into the hole. And that's more or less what you can see that I'm doing. And it's just kind of like securing the eagle. So I'm thinking I'm down towards, 3-ish per ring, maybe 2.7 per ring, somewhere in there. So I'm going to go pretty close to 5 rings here in this adjustment. And it didn't look quite enough. It was not quite right, the adjustment. So probably should have went 6.5. It looked a little bit light on my adjustment, but it was only a starting point. It's kind of the first time that I've seen that distance, and it looks like I, with maybe, getting that shot distance there, I just ended up just a little bit off. It's definitely something that you could give yourself, a good opportunity there to consistently get an eagle. And without a very large top spinning club, as you can see, if a Pak 7 barely gets over the water, what if you don't have a Pak 7? And you can't even do that shot with Thor's hammer, because it's not going to land as far. So the second hop's going to land in the water. So you're really kind of limited to only being able to pull that off with a Pak 7. Plus, there's a chance with the great ball, whatever, you could still wind up in the water. Chances are you're not going to get it to wind up just as perfect as what my opponent just did there, like to where it's going to always roll out that way. That's very low statistically going to happen. So, if you can get it to work out, kudos. Like, that's good. It's going to be kind of a confident stroke booster. But if you can lay up there and then hone in on that adjustment, with the Hornet, let's say that correct adjustment was 6.5 rings. Well, I think the wind was like 13. So that means that it's essentially 2 per ring. So once you start to get that dialed in, you're going to be able to kind of run that, right over the edge or in the cup each and every time. So it's kind of like a safe way of getting your eagle. So consider that, good luck out there. You're going to be able to do that tee shot and get it to that point with a Pak 5, a Pak 6, a Pak 7 each and every time. No matter what club you have of those, you'll be able to lay up there and give yourself a good pitch at it. So good luck, and I'll see you guys on 9 momentarily.